Every day, the man would take apart a brand new TV. Then, he would throw it out the window. Why? Because he was trapped inside a half-finished 35-story building. He hoped the falling TV would get the attention of the security guards below. But to his surprise, no one noticed. He started thinking of other ways to escape. Using a mirror, he saw that a balcony downstairs didn't have any security bars. So, he began kicking the metal railing on his floor with all his strength. Finally, he broke the railing on the 35th floor. He pulled apart the steel bars, took a deep breath, and squeezed out through the opening. He carefully stepped out with his right foot first. Only after he was steady did he move his left foot. Beneath him was a 100-meter drop. He had to test each step with his toes to see if the railing could hold him. Soon, he reached the most difficult part. There was no place to step between two balconies. He had to grab the stone wall above him tightly and feel around with his feet for support. After a while, he got the hang of it and started climbing down faster. He took bigger steps and kept going. Eventually, he made it to the 30th floor. But then, disaster struck. He stepped down and found there was no railing. His feet dangled in the air. At the last second, he grabbed the steel bar above and pulled himself up. Then he reached into his waistband, took off his belt, and tied one end to the steel bar. The other end he wrapped around his wrist. Carefully, he leaned his body over and started lowering himself down. But his feet still couldn't reach the next railing. So he made the hard choice. He let go with his other hand. Dangling in the air, just one step away from the balcony, he swung his body back and forth. Finally, his toes barely touched the railing. But before he could relax, another problem appeared. This balcony had been torn down. He had to keep moving, using the wall for balance. Just as he turned a corner, he slipped. One foot missed the edge. Luckily, his hands held strong. He didn't stop. He kept moving, step by step. At last, he reached the edge and stepped firmly onto a railing. He was so close to freedom. He held the wall tightly and stretched his right foot forward. This time, he reached solid ground. For the first time in a long while, he smiled. But then another setback. The glass door in front of him was locked from the inside. No matter how hard he pushed, it wouldn't move. So he kicked it. He used every bit of strength he had left. One last shout, one last kick, and the glass finally broke. He slowly walked toward the door. He paused, took a deep breath, and turned the handle. It opened. He stepped outside, exhausted and shaking. For the first time in days, he felt free.